Hey guys, Stealth here and welcome back to Admiral Dreadnoughts. Today, designing a battleship for Shipyard Champions. We've been invited to submit a battleship for consideration. Now, this is a battleship that does have some requirements. Every 1,000 tons over 40,000 tons is going to shave 15 seconds off of the total time it will take me to sink 15 Chinese battleships. These are, let's say, test targets from the 1900s, so they're not that dangerous. I really want to make this as quick as possible, so just making the battleship, let's say, as small as possible this time around is probably favorable. Now, as the Spanish, I have access to the Advanced Small Battleship, which is indeed quite living up to that name. It is only 32,000 tons tops, so if I even max this out, I'm already 8,000 tons under requirements. The top speed of 30 knots, along with the protection from the ship's own guns measured at 15 kilometers from the mains, will shave another 45 seconds off of your time. So I need to have a decent speed, and that's where this thing kind of falls short. Because a maximum optimal speed of 22 knots says that, yes, it's possible to go 30 knots, but it'll take a lot of engine power, and engine power is weight. So we're not doing that. I guess we're going to have to go with Modern Battleship 1. The problem is, she's a bit big. So we're going to have to remove the beam and remove the draft in order to still fall under that requirement of 40,000 tons. Then, up the speed to 30 knots. At this point, we've still got plenty left. In the case of a tie, the lower cost will win, rounded to the closest million. So, if you can also make this thing fairly cheap, yeah, that'd be useful. As for displacement, I'm not sure if other nations have better options here, but I'm going to have to strike a balance between firepower, speed, and armor, as always. Now, considering that I have a massive tech advantage, I'm going to try and go for a couple of guns that can immediately sink the enemy. So that would require an accurate gun, but if I add a ton of elite crew, that also adds to the price, but I'm not really expecting this ship to be the cheapest or the smallest possible. So let's not. Let's just go for veterans. I'm not even going to try for that category. Anti-torpedo blister, really not that big of a threat. Citadel 5, that's fine. We're going to have anti-flood 3. And we're going to have bulkheads 2. Now, with this ship, I don't specifically need a lot of range, so I can save some weight there. We're going to add a modern main tower. We're going to add a secondary tower. Ideally the light, because it does mean that I have some deck space to work with. Let's throw in a super large funnel there. Engine efficiency looks good, so that shouldn't be a problem. Radar range finding, stereoscopic range finding. And in case these numbers are slightly different, and well, I cannot install any acoustics because I'm running the Dreadnoughts Improvement Project. It's a mod, and I really highly recommend it. Now, what I need to be able to target is myself, to some extent, because for every 1,000 tons, I save 15 seconds off my time. And if I am capable of protecting the ship from myself at 15 kilometers, it'll shave another 45 seconds off my time. So that's pretty useful. I'm targeting 1900-year battleships, year 1900 battleships, and as such, I don't think I need a ton of pen. This would also mean that I don't necessarily have to try and put a whole lot of armor on this ship. So both of those things kind of work in my favor. Let's put the armor quality to 190%. There. And this thing might actually be more akin to a battle cruiser than an actual battleship. Let's see. Because I made this thing quite small, I think it's going to be an ABX design. Because anything bigger won't really fit. I cannot really put 2 turrets on the stern. As for the guns, it is 1940. I think 16s are okay. You got the Mark IV 18-incher, which is really powerful. If you give it 2 barrels, would that work? I mean, surely they will not fit on there. At 15 kilometers, I'd have to be able to sustain hits from 14 inches, or 14 inches of pen. Against what I'm targeting, this is more than sufficient with semi-ballistic shells or semi-armor piercing. If I go for this, I'm going to have to bring a ton of armor. 30 inches, no thank you. Semi-ballistic is fine. Now I'm going to try and strike a balance between having a lot of pen and the capability of dealing damage, as well as reload. That's another factor that I'm trying to balance for here. So doing it this way, I'm hoping that I'm able to get, let's say, a ship sunk in 1 or 2 salvos, and still be able to go for round 2 pretty quick. And we're overweight. Lovely. Okay, 15,000 meter range. I need to be able to hold, let's say, 15 inches of armor there, but that's without improving the propellant. And now we're looking at what? 14.5. Okay, so we're there. We're there. Now let's give it 6 inches of bow, 6 inches of stern. Let's give it 5 inches of, not 55. 5 inches of deck armor is sufficient for what I need from this ship. 3 inches of superstructure. 26 inches of armor on the turret is a bit much. That's a nice category to save weight on. Now, what's the reload on these boys? The reload's 43 seconds. Oof. I need to sink 15 targets. I can probably sink them with 1 shot. Maybe 2. And this would mean that if I increase their barrel length, maybe I can get more accurate, but it'll also take me a bit longer to reload. Yeah, 54 seconds. If I go for, let's say, a 15-inch triple, that's 35 seconds. Yeah, I'm sorry, 18-inchers, but you're too big for the job. Now, I think it's going to be a bit of a boring battleship in this sense, but I'm trying to make it like an actual contestant this time around. Something that has a fairly decent fairly decent chance to win. That's the objective here. There. And with this, I really only need to protect myself against less. 8 inches of armor. Yeah, I don't think that is going to be sufficient to deal with the enemy battleships. So let's go with capped... Oh, sorry, with standard AP shells. And that gives me 12.2 inches of armor pen, which against the enemy is more than enough. It does not say anything about a radio, so I don't need to worry about that. As for secondary guns, it's not really required. But in this case, it could help. And the Spanish ship, well, like normally this would fit, but because I have such a small beam, trying to make this thing as thin as possible to reduce weight, it's not that easy, sadly. Why am I using oil 1? Balanced boilers. Nope. Yeah, I'm getting pretty close to that weight requirement. I'm thinking of not going with any secondaries, but that wouldn't really make it a serious contestant now, would it? Can a 6-incher fit here? Yeah, a 6-incher can fit. I can also put one over there. And the ship's overweight. Okay, never mind. Never mind. We'll just have to forego that, because the ship is too heavy. I can try reducing the armor a bit, but I'd rather have a ship that's actually a bit more heavily armored. So then, I think that she's pretty ready. She has enough pen. Her reload's only 35 seconds. She should be pretty damn accurate with a radar rangefinder, as well as a stereoscopic rangefinder. Hold on, is it possible to put secondary guns, like really small ones, on top of the turret? Yes, it is. Can you do 3-incher, or is that only 4-incher? Oh, sorry, 2-incher. Yeah, it's only 2-incher. Okay, fine. We'll put some light anti-air on the top of these turrets. Oh, well, okay, not that one. Still, probably you wouldn't want to be manning that thing when the main gun actually goes off, but that's not really my concern. As for the rest, like, the main tower has not a single spot for that. So the rest of these 2-inchers are basically afterthoughts. Let's call them pea shooters against anything that happens to somehow slip by the main guns. Okay, I think the ship's ready. Let's try and take her out against the enemy. Here we are. I would like to sell this thing to the, let's say to the client as a budget battleship, but this thing costs $2.4 billion. So there's not that much budget about it. Now, my objective is to eliminate the enemy as quickly as possible. I can already save a bit of my time off, because I'm just over 4,000 tons. I should have saved another 12 tons. But oh well. So I get 3,000 tons saved off. That's 45 seconds off of my total time. That's basically the time to fire one turret. That's all that I really saved there. But I can also save another 45 seconds because I cannot pen myself. And I am able to take the ship up to 30 knots if I so desire. Now that first hit seems to have done a lot of damage. Yeah, that's one down. Like I said, I think I only need to hit them once. Because one hit took 16,000 or almost 16,000 damage off of that ship. And I believe that their guns... Ooh, split your damage. Nice work. That was definitely not intentional. But I'll work with it. There we go. Sunk. This thing is probably going to go down. That was another split fire. With a flash fire. Kill. Yeah, the 18s definitely would not have performed this well. Because their reload was significantly longer. Okay. Oh, another flash fire. Look at this. Look at this. What the hell is going on here? This thing is going way too fast. Welcome to Battleship Row, I guess. The AI seemingly squeezed this ship right through. Yeah, this is not how ships are supposed to operate. Anyway, what are we targeting? Yeah, this thing is going way too fast. Because it probably got stuck between the other ships. Boom. You're gone. It's just target practice, really. It's showing what the ship can do against something that is just vastly inferior to my ship. Oh, I'm not even using all my guns. Whoops. Okay, next target. And they flash fire again. These things flash fire for really everything. Boom. Ammo detonated. Even the 2-inchers are now helping. Hold on. Did you get hit by the 2-incher and then you detonated? Is that what did happen here? Yeah. 2-inch. 947. 2-inch hit the main deck and caused an ammo detonation. Now, I know that these enemy warships are not that heavily armored, but this is almost nothing. There's another one. You're going to target that. The 2-inchers are going to target that. I really wasn't expecting these 2-inchers to actually do anything useful, but here we are. How much can they pen? Nothing. Okay. Yeah, now we're definitely dealing with belt armor, and that means we're not nearly as damaging as before. Welcome to the powder keg class. Yeah, this thing is no longer with us. And there goes another turret. One here, one there. You get a turret, and you get a turret. And there goes another one. And another flash fire. Jeez, these things really explode just by sneezing at them. Torpedo detonation. Okay then. Flooding. Serious flooding. Target the other one. Flash fire. Did you get hit by 2-inchers by any chance? Yeah, you did. Man. This thing hit the main tower and caused a flash fire. Wow. I'm not even sure how that happened. This is definitely going far faster than the light cruiser version of this. Come on. Put some holes in him. Splitting my fire between this one and the other one. Trying to take both of them out at the same time. Not nearly as much as I was hoping. But they might be flooding. Main guns there. Yeah, now you're dead. Main guns there as well. Okay, time to play it on low speed. Because I need to very closely keep an eye on the time. Boom. One more salvo ought to do it. Here it comes. Just 3 shells? Ah, all of them missed. Come on, boys. You can do better. Oh. Never mind. 2-inchers got it. Hold on a second. The 2-inchers did 600,000 points of damage? Really? That much? Oh, they got no armor, these target ships. Yeah, okay. I didn't know that. So yeah, that would explain why these things are blowing up at every single time that you hit them. And there goes another. Okay. 9:46:24. So just shy of 14 minutes. Not bad. And I can still take some time off of that. I'm going to put the eventual time on screen here. Now, let me know how you guys would approach this challenge. Would you just rush in with a battleship with even more 2-inch guns? Because arguably that's fine. I mean, that would work. It's not necessarily the most representative battleship, but it would work. Anyway, be also sure to check out the other guys, linked down below in the description, to see how they did. Thank you for watching, I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you soon for more.